Alright, so we had cars wrecking, tempers flaring, and a photo finish near the end of the race. Others might call it a crazy day of action, but for us, it's just good old Bristol. Yo, what is up, everyone? My name is Joe from NASCAR on MDK. Welcome back to the episode of Inside the Lines. And my God, what a what a pro invitational race that was. The iRacing series for the fourth time this series around, racing at Thunder Valley at the Bristol Motor Speedway for the Food City Showdown 150 lap event at the Bristol Motor Speedway. And like I said at the intro, I mean, this was utter chaos. Like, think of the old Bristol where cars would be banging into each other, wrecking all over the place. Times that by 10. Because it was just a complete wreck fest. But it was very entertaining to watch the whole broadcast. So let's start out at the beginning. Now, originally, qualifying would take place off the air. And once the broadcast begins at 1 o'clock, you just jump straight into the race. This time, however, as they do with other short track events, they decided to break it up into heats. Similar to how the duels at Daytona do, heat race number 1 will determine the inside starting position, and heat number 2 will determine the outside starting position. Byron won heat number 1, and Nemechek edged Ryan Preece by 6/1000ths of a second to win heat number 2. And one interesting thing I didn't know about this, but apparently on iRacing, if you sort of bounce off the wall at a perfect angle, you can gain so much speed and get a faster lap time. So iRacing officials said, hey, don't do that, or else I think it was either penalize you or black flag you. So that's one rule that drivers had to be careful of in order to not get a penalty from iRacing officials. Clint Bowyer, who was on the broadcast on Fox, he was the star of the show. I mean, he was so funny to watch because he kept on wrecking everyone in heat race number 2, getting into other drivers, and obviously when the driver that is your in-race reporter is causing all the wrecks, and when it's Clint Bowyer, you're for sure going to get some entertaining stuff, and he provided that. But not as much as what would happen in the main event between him and Larry McReynolds. So there was 150 laps. However, I think there was around 13 or 14 cautions, and we barely got any green flag racing. And I'm just going to list off some of the accidents I was able to get. There were a lot more. I didn't get all of it, but this is just a list of some of the accidents that took place. So you had Preece hitting the wall on lap 1, collected Kyle Busch, all right? Then on lap 12, we had our first edition of tempers flaring. So Clint Bowyer, the in-race reporter, slid up in front of Bubba Wallace, and both hit the outside wall to bring out the caution. Bowyer thought that Bubba turned him, and so Bowyer went to get payback and just slammed Bubba and put him into the wall. And so then Bubba, like what any person would do, did this.
14 still clear. Coming back inside, full. Ooh, yes, clear.
That's bullshit, man. Come on, Clint!
Oh,
God!
he's still down there. Still there. Yep, he just came up and wrecked the hell out of you again on purpose.
Y'all have it going.
Back flop, Tyler.
That's it. That's why I don't take it serious.
Sorry, Tyler. Just trying to talk to you there.
Peace out!
Yep, he rage quit, and he was technically not the only one, to be fair. And 4 laps after that, Jimmie Johnson slid up in front of a driver and got taken out because he thought it was clear when he wasn't, and he even said he quote-unquote fired his virtual spotter. Then you had Ty Dillon hitting the wall, collecting Chase Elliott and numerous drivers. Then another caution took place. It was a 6-1 at that time. Then we get into our 7th caution. Kyle Larson and Daniel Suarez. We didn't catch the first incident of what took place or what started this whole beef, but you just saw Larson going after Suarez and then turn Suarez, but he also then turned himself, bring out the caution. And then as it come around during the caution laps, Larson decides to not slow down and just putting the 96 of Suarez and spins him. And then as a result, iRacing decided to park both the 96 and I believe also the 42 car of Kyle Larson. And then Suarez, he tweeted out this just a few minutes after that incident took place. I was waiting for iRacing to get him disqualified like I was last week in 5 seconds, but they never did. And by the way, our quote-unquote racing incident was him pushing me to the apron. If this was real life, my amigo would get his butt kicked. Obviously, he meant to put an extra T instead of just butts, but whatever. Again, that was not the end of that. Then you also had halfway through the race, because of there was so much wrecking going on, that iRacing officials decided, you know what, we're done with the double file restarts, we're going to single file. So, I mean, it's really went back to like NASCAR 2009, which when I think the last time you saw single file restarts. I mean, and then more wrecks still ensued there. Kyle Busch got turned by John Hunter Nemechek and collected Ryan Preece in the process. I think there were another 2 or 3 wrecks in this. And then finally near the end, William Byron won with a pretty cool side-by-side battle for second place. John Hunter Nemechek was able to edge out in front to hold second by pretty close margin. But that finally capped off the Food City Showdown. I mean, you even had teammates wrecking each other. That was another one I forgot to include. You had teammates wrecking each other. Brad Keselowski got wrecked by Joey Logano, and there were multiple laps down. They all had wrecked cars. But, I mean, you had everyone wrecking into everyone. It doesn't matter if they was their teammates or what. They were wrecking into everyone. By the way, this literally just popped up on Twitter. So let's go back to Bubba Wallace. So remember when he quit, all right? So he quit after he had the little incident with Clint Bowyer. Well, apparently, the sponsor, Blue Emu, who sponsored the 43 car for that race, they publicly tweeted in response to Bubba Wallace saying this: "Get to know where you stand. Bye-bye, Bubba. We're interested in drivers, not quitters." Ooh, that is... wow. Yikes, 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 yikes. That is a big yikes. I mean, when the sponsor publicly tweets at you and says that is not... I mean, I think, obviously, to be honest, that was not good what Bubba did. I mean, he quit 14 laps, what was it, 12? Yeah, 12 laps into a 150-lap race, and he already quit. That was very childish of Bubba, I thought, but I was not expecting that. Again, this race had everything. Oh yeah, I've even gone to this part. Chemistry. The 2 people I never thought, or I don't think anyone in America thought we ever needed, Clint Bowyer and Larry Mack. We need those 2 on television every single week for the rest of our lives. I mean, those 2 were so much fun to watch. There was even one point where Larry Mack, who I'm guessing is obsessed with Days of Thunder, had a little incident, or showed a little incident, with the ice cream incident with Harry Hyde saying, "Hey, we're too busy, we're eating ice cream right now." Larry Mack decided to play that on Clint Bowyer, and Boyer's reaction is just priceless.
Hey, Bowyer.
Yeah.
I need you to stay out. I'm a little bit busy right now.
Are you kidding me? Larry, what? Are you kidding me?
Look, I know tires are free, but I think we've already put 8 sets and 50 laps on you.
I've already let him go. Just keep going. If you get a chance, I would take ice cream. A cold beer would be really, really good. I mean, Sunday afternoon, cold beer, I could definitely take one of those. But I'm telling you, new strategy. Let them all go. Let them all wreck. I'm going to win this race by everybody. Actually, by virtue of default. That's
got nice, fresh tires. Track position will be king. I'll be back to you next time.
Thanks for nothing.
Blue Emu did not stop there. They tweeted more about this. I'm going all over the place because this is now just developing. They just now tweeted, respond to a comment that some guy named John said, "Sponsor Landon Moore." And then they just responded to that under Bubba's Twitter post, "We love Landon," and then at Landon Castle. And then they followed that up, before, with just posting a GIF of Donald Trump saying, quote, "You're fired." That is... This might not be might not have been a great race, but holy hell was that entertaining. That made my Sunday. That was... oh my god. I mean, you had tempers flaring, drivers getting disqualified, crashes taking place all over the track, sponsors going after their drivers publicly, drivers rage quitting, Clint Bowyer and Larry Mack just having this sort of a husband-wife type of relationship, which was absolute hilarious to watch. Larry Mack just chilling out there with the crew chief headset, eating ice cream. Bowyer looks like drained. He looks physically and emotionally drained. Someone please get this man a beer. I mean, he was absolutely hilarious. The whole broadcast was just so much fun to watch. And again, regardless of what you thought of the race, I thought it was just, I don't know if you can call it a race. Again, it's just a wreck fest. From an entertainment standpoint, in the situation where we are in the world, where we need something to get our minds off of the pandemic that's going around, and just to have some fun, I think that broadcast provided everything we needed for a Sunday afternoon. Absolute mental. I forgot what the next race is. I'll probably check it out soon. I don't know what the next race is, but I'm excited for next week's race. Regardless if it's a wreck fest, I already know it's just going to be entertaining as hell. What are you guys' thoughts of the broadcast of the race? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? What are your thoughts on Bubba rage quitting, and thoughts on Blue Emu going after Bubba, or anything that was talked about during this race? Tell me in the comment section down below. What are your guys' thoughts on this race? Don't leave a like and subscribe for more content. I do apologize that I was not able to put out any videos in recent days. I was too busy getting ready for Friday night's Field Time Bash at Talladega. If you guys saw that, haven't checked that out already, please check it out. It was a fantastic, phenomenal event. If you came home in 4th place, I was the highest finishing driver. That was not part of any or competing for an eNASCAR Pro League spot, whatever like that. That was just racing for fun. And we got a 4th place run out of it. Very happy about that. And yeah, now hopefully next weekend or starting on Monday, I can get back to my usual routine. I'm making videos for you guys weekly now. But that's enough for me. I'm going to go and probably take a nap after that race, because I'm also drained from that. That was what a broadcast that was. But enough for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. But until next time, my name is Jack Cross from NASCAR on MDK. And I'll see you guys in the next video.